I'm Adam. I'm here in the Boston area, and I just threw something in the chat. Figure we could make this more of a dialogue if anyone has any thoughts top of mind. The question that I've been working on related to economics is why are we not able to flow more sources of private capital to help us solve big social and environmental challenges like the Sustainable Development Goals? It seems especially pressing today when a lot of government and development financing is being reduced, especially here in the United States. We set about exploring this problem, looking at the trillions and trillions of dollars of private investment capital and how could we help more of it flow into solving big challenges. And there was two big solutions that we've been developing through a private company, technology-enabled, building an impact investing platform. First, if you look at the trillions of dollars of private wealth that wealthy people use to invest in the stock market and make investments, typically they say, here's how much risk I'm willing to take or the returns I'm taking. But most of the institutions that manage investments don't make it very easy for Irving or Deirdre or Frank to say, I want to invest in education. I want to invest in health. I want to invest in regenerative agriculture. And so we have been partnering with large financial institutions like Fidelity or Vanguard or Morgan Stanley and saying, if you have clients that start to say they're interested in this, of which up to half of wealthy people say they want to do, we make it really easy for them to say, here's what issues I want to invest in or what places I want to invest in. It could be Africa, it could be Boston. And then we match it to over 1,000 private impact investing funds doing the hard work of deploying capital into those SDGs or into those themes. And so we realized that there was oftentimes, this wasn't a demand issue. There's actually trillions of dollars of demand, but the investing ecosystem, the capitalist like economic system didn't have the tools to easily match that demand to high quality products into investment portfolios. The second problem we've been solving is that many people, when they think of philanthropy, only think of how much money is being granted to nonprofits. But here in the US, there's almost $2 trillion of investment capital sitting within philanthropic private foundations and donor advised funds and other nonprofits. Of that $2 trillion, less than 1% is invested in any sort of private fund or company helping tackle the SDGs, which is crazy if you think about it. All this attention about which nonprofits we're giving grants to, almost no focus on mobilizing the private market investment capital. And so we have partnered with these entities called donor advised funds, which house billions of dollars, and many large foundations to make it easier for them to invest in portfolios along with their mission. And this includes both market rate investments that are, trying to target traditional returns, as well as impact first or catalytic investments in social enterprises or social entrepreneurs or community development organizations that have more risk or return than a typical investor would take. But if you're a foundation who cares about low income, workers in your community, you sure as heck may be interested in giving a low interest loan to fund those business and finance. But no one has ever really been able to do this at scale. The traditional mechanisms may have mobilized a couple $1 billion a year at most. And we've been working on seeing if we can unlock tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of capital. And so we believe that some of the problem is less around the economic system is wrong, but oftentimes the traditional institutions that serve capital haven't really been able to adapt to changing demand, particularly among all these individuals who have the power to control their own wealth. It's very different than if you're a pension fund or a university endowment or insurance company, where your decisions are governed by a board of directors. But if
30
any of
seconds
us in
remaining.
this room has enough, has the power to invest our own money however we want, and we have the power to tell the advisors or institutions helping us do it that we want to do it a different way. and that we don't want to kind of invest it blindly in oil and gas and make that money and then give it to a nonprofit 10 years later, but we want to invest that money in a way that reflects our values and can create the change we care about. And so we only work with US clients today, but we've now put money into over 150 funds. As Matt said, we just have moved over $1 billion, mostly charitable investment assets. And we've only been doing this 5 years, and we believe there's just so much more opportunity out there, and we're looking for more partners to see how we could scale up these efforts.